Hello everyone. Hello, hello. Oh my god, we're here, we're so back. Hurry back. Hello, oh my god, hi Soul. Hello, hello, oh my god, hi Soul, it's been a while. Hi Soul. Hi Soul, oh my god, hi Soul and hi Judy, hi both of you guys. We're switching screens. Wait for it. Boom. We're here. Hi, hello. Oh, I forgot my tablet. Oopsie. I'll put it aside right now. Welcome. Hello, Soul. Hello, Junie. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for showing up. Hello, guys. Welcome to another stream. I am tired. Just came back from school, ate some food, and now I'm like super sleepy too. How oh my god, I forgot I was wearing my my outwear still. How are you guys doing? How are you doing, Soul? Let me give you a shout out, both of you. I'm good, how are you? I'm doing great. Just came back from school a little bit tired. It's fine, I'm probably fine. Is the music loud? I feel like the music is a bit loud. Let me now give a shout out to... Oh, why isn't it working? The clips for the shoutouts always just freezes. I'm sorry about that. And there we go. Oh, whoops. There we go. But yeah, so I was a little bit... I wanna give it like some kind of entrance, some kind of animation instead of it just showing up randomly. I think there's a way I can do it. But for now, I'll just leave it as is. How about you, Soul? How are you doing? I had a long day at school today. We had to be standing up the whole time, sadly. If I missed anybody on YouTube, hello YouTube, welcome to the stream. I can read your messages for sure. I just keep opening the Twitch chat because I have to type in Twitch chat and I keep forgetting about the multi-chat, like that I have multi-chat. But yeah, today we're gonna be doing a little short stream, a short art stream because I am a little bit tired. After the stream, I'm just gonna go eat. But I do want to work on some art. Or well, just draw as well. I've been trying to finish my Vtuber model, well not my Vtuber model, my reference sheet for a while now. All I can say is that it is taking a long time because I am very indecisive. The only thing I'm indecisive about is the outfit, but like the eyes, the hair, everything else is like just fine. The outfit is more like, should I do this or should I remove it and do this instead? But yeah, it's a little bit painful, really. But yeah, that's about it. I am gonna do art today. If you guys would like to see me do something else, do let me know. Let me change the song. There we go. I'm gonna drink some water because I haven't had any water for a while. Speaking of which, I've been meaning to ask you guys, what kind of what webcam would you guys recommend? I'm trying to get me a new one because obviously the last one I had broke, so I'm trying to get me a better one for streaming and VTubing overall. If you guys have any recommendations for that, I would really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. But yeah, we can definitely do some art right now. I will be finishing up some commissions I've already been working on. I just want to see Invasion if they allow me to stream it. Let me check real quick and then we can finish. Okay, I am able to publicly stream it. How about the background? Yep, the background as well. So I have two very large commissions. Oh my god, I have the model right there. I'm gonna hide it from you guys. You can see it. I mean, you won't see it anyways. Alright. Oh yeah, okay. Well, we're gonna work on something else. Where is it? Where is it? Was it in finished columns? It's not finished. Alright, there we go. Alright, so, hello Shmi! Hello, hello, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. We're gonna be doing some— oh my god, my tablet almost fell. We're gonna be doing some short— some of those words, rather. Gonna be doing a short art stream. Gonna be trying to work on commissions. There we go, I'm gonna open the app real quick. There we go. I'm working on a spooky dance commission. If you don't know what that is, it's like if you know Friday Night Funkin', FNF. I really want to get back to that game. It was very fun. But yeah, if you guys know what FNF is, I used to play that, and I used to watch a lot of VTubers or YouTubers play it. So yeah, if you know like the pumpkin and the thing and the skeleton, those two have that. There we go. I'm a bit sick. That just means I get to watch more stream. Oh my goodness. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. What did I press? But yeah, I'm super sad to hear that, Shmi. I hope you get better. Do make sure to drink a lot of water. It does help. And medicine, obviously. I don't know if my pen is charged, sadly. So if like it turns off all of a sudden in in the middle of stream, we'll just have a little break. So yeah. This is just in case. Oh my god. Anyways. But yeah. We can switch to the gaming channel. Let me just set everything up real quick. I am just always super scared that I might show my IP like last time. It terrified me. Boom! Oh, it's really bad right now. But this is what it looks like when it's playing. This is the spooky dance! I do commissions of the spooky dance on VGen, and if you're wondering what that is, it's just like coffee or like a place for you to find people to commission for art. This is a spooky dance. But yeah, right now it looks scary. Hold on. Where is it? There. There we go. Okay, now we can see individual pieces. I was asked by the hello. Oh, thank you, Chaos. Thank you so much for the lurk. Art fire, yeah, literally fire. Makes me burn in the inside. I don't remember what her freckles look like, so let me just pull up the picture on my computer. Oh, I was like, wait, why is it saying it twice? So it's just Nightbot and Stream Elements. There you go. Okay, she does have some scattered. They look a bit too big. There you go. And then some on the face. Maybe you can do like, instead of... Does that look like freckles? Okay, we can go on to the next one. This might be a lot shorter, or like this commission basically. I will be finishing it this stream even. Cause it's so easy. Oh, these look like lines. I really want to get me an actual pencil, like Apple Pencil. Because it will just be very useful. Right now the one I use doesn't have any pressure sensitivity, and if I want pressure sensitivity I have to use my actual tablet that I have like under this thing right here. Like this white thing is like underneath here. This is like a monitor stand. I have only one monitor, so like it doesn't take much. Thank you for shout out. I got found. You got found? I'm glad. Also, yeah, I don't have the paid version of this app, so it's gonna be showing the unregistered multiple times. I apologize about that. I don't have any other like app I can use, sadly. I didn't even notice that. Oh, I didn't clean it up. Okay. There we go. Okay. Also have to delete these. I'm trying to my throat kind of hurt, so like I have a feeling I will get either a sore throat or something. So if my voice sounds a bit weird, that's why. I'm gonna try to talk a bit softer. Other than, of course, having my voice just sounding like all the time. Thank you for the hydrate. That helps a lot. Yeah. This sickness, or like there's a virus right now that's been going around my house. My sister got sick, and then my mother, and then that was my brother at first. Then it was my sister, then it was my brother. Don't give it to me, please. I won't give it to you. I'm not that mean. I'm occasionally mean, but not that mean. You know what hurts? My back hurts, okay? My back hurts so much. It's absurd. Absurd. It's obscene. Oh, whoops. I cannot wait to see now that it's cleaned up. I want to see what it looks like. Oh shit. Whoopsie. You're old now, rest in peace back? I know. I know. I'm so sad. Chat, are we not through the screen? Yeah, my screen is cough proof, don't worry. Kinda looks like kinda looks like she's grabbing ass right here. Like you know? That's what it looks like to me. If you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean, chat? Wait, do you know what I mean? But yeah, my back does hurt sometimes, occasionally. Walk with me, walk with me. Ah, whoopsie. That smells like an old one. I have all the spooky dances in one folder. Makes it easy for me. Oh, okay. Now I see what I missed. This sounds very familiar. What is it? Oh my god, my back! There we go. There we go. Done! Okay, we cleaned up, I think... No, okay. We are missing... Well, not missing, we just need to get rid of this. No, okay, we definitely need to get rid of the ears. Doesn't seem like they have pointy ears or anything. I don't see them in the art. Oh, I have it. Oh shit! I have it cleaned here. Okay, that's good. So then I can just start coloring this in. Let me merge it into one. And we can start coloring already. Coloring these are my favorite because it's like so much easier. Oh, whoops, what the heck? What the heck? There we go. Chat, do we wanna do what I usually do with art streams? Do we wanna read some Reddit posts while I stream? Or while we do art? Because I do enjoy those as well. Only problem is that I usually read the Reddit posts on my phone, and my phone is right there. Right there. See, like, you're in my phone, chat. You're my phone. So like that will be a bit hard to do, but we all love and appreciate Reddit posts and Reddit drama. We can maybe even read some scary stories about some drama that happened. So try, give me a second. I'm gonna hide my screen real quick, just in case. Just so I can pull up a reference photo real quick. Just so I don't accidentally dox myself again. And by again, I mean that already has happened before, so I'm scared. I have to go to Vision. Alright. Thank you for the lyric, Soul. Gotta get ready for errands and things. Have to lurk. Don't worry at all, Soul. I appreciate you. Have fun with errands. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. What? Whatever I want to do. I want to pull a reference sheet. Just watching anime, so now you're an anime girl? No! No! I didn't choose this. I don't want to be an anime girl. Oh, also, I accidentally fucked up my hand. Although so just casually, I accidentally fucked up my hand. Yeah. No, but like, a whole freaking ladder fell on my hand, and now it hurts. Yeah, it's very fun. That was very, very nice. Were you doing idle things? What's idle things? Was I doing idle things? Was I dancing? No. I am saying a whole ladder fell on top of my hand. Like, it genuinely just fell on my knuckles right here. So, like, it feels like it hurts. That's what it feels like. Just whenever I do something with it. Yeah, no, it hurts. That's so random. It does sound random when I say it. But, it did happen, and it does hurt. If you ever, you know, like those big ladders that you can fold? That's what fell on top of my hand. And it was like fully metal, obviously. I was trying to pull something and the ladder was, hung up on the wall with a screw or like a nail. The nail just suddenly just went the other way, and the ladder fell on top of my head. Sounds like an achievement. Yeah. Yeah. Does sound like an achievement. It does. Ladder? Wait, what would the achievement be called though? What do you think it would be called? Open in downloads? What? Yeah, what would the achievement be called? How do I put this in my gallery? Oh, there we go. Okay, save image. Done. I've been trying to save one image the whole time, but it keeps going to Klutz. That's not nice. That's not nice, or something. That's not nice. I was trying to pull a what's it called? A mop, but it just fell out my hand. Like I don't know what was I supposed to do? Anyways, I am done, so you can go back. This is the person we're drawing. This is a spooky. Oh my god! Wait, I fucked up the hat. They didn't tell me anything. Oh my god! I showed them and they didn't say much. We're gonna fix it. I'm not gonna let them get something not good. And since I will be copying these folders, it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, chat, do we want to read some Reddit stories while we draw? What do you guys think? For a second I thought that sounded like to you that sounds hard to do. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Rasputin. Putin. Rasputin. Sounds like you're spitting something. Wait, hold on. Do we wanna... Am I the asshole? Do we wanna read more Am I the asshole, or should we read something else? Crazy confessions or someone sentence horror. Because I do really like to do that. Wait, are you reading us the stories? Yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing. What did you think we were gonna do? Does that look good? Wait, let's try it. Looks a bit wonky, but I feel like that's gonna be funny. Must be double-brained cross-eyed to read stories and draw. I mean, obviously I'm gonna read it and draw. But also just talk about it after, you know? I'm not gonna be like, about it, you know? You know what I mean? I don't know if you know what I mean. Run, run, Rasputin, never have to latch the queen. Yeah! Fucked up the lyrics. Whoopsie. Okay, it looks good. It looks fine. I'll just have to change it later. Oh, which I don't want to do. Duplicate. And duplicate. Alright. Let's start with something from me. Like, just... I'll choose. Let's do... Scary, scary stories. Let's do scary stories. There's like... No, I don't want made up stories. I want like... Let's see what's popular. Donald Trump. No, thank you. I think I'm good. Let me see. Oh, chat! I don't know if you guys are familiar with what love and deep space is. All I know is that I have a lot of reels that come up on my feed, making me want to play it more and more. Real scary real stories. Yeah. Just I don't think this is what it's called. Yeah, I know, this is just people making fun of stuff. Slurp? Slurp, did you give me hydrate again? Or is it... Oh, okay, never mind. Slurp. Slurp indeed. Wait, okay, there's one that has like a bunch of... Oh my god, of course it's not gonna show up now that I want it. My grandma used to tell me scary stories when I was little. There's one I will never forget. Oh, sounds interesting. Let me put this playlist on. Let's see what this is about. Oh my god, this is a long one. Oh my lord. You know what? Fine, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm just gonna put it to the side right here. Put this right here. There we go. Okay, now I can see chat and draw and read. I'm slurping news without me. I want some noodles. Okay, let's start reading the story. It's called My Grandma Used to Tell Me Scary Stories When I Was Little, and there's one I'll never forget. Sounds interesting, sounds interesting. I was 10 years old when Grandma came to live with us. It was about 6 months after Granddad passed away, and I guess looking back, she must have been lonely in the big house of theirs, rattling around with only the grief and memory for company. So despite a few protests from Mom, my parents took her in. Why? What the fuck? F Mom. Anyways, there were no protests from me, none at all. Grandma was loud and fun and I loved her. She had an almost limitless supply of boiled sweets, and she'd always slip me a couple whenever she saw me. She was always the first to stick up for me and when I got trouble too, but it was her stories that I loved the most. Grandma had all kinds of stories. Stories about growing up during World War II, stories about the things she'd get up to with her friends on the South Coast after her family had been evacuated. Sad stories, funny stories, and adventure stories. But it was her scary stories that were my favorite. Okay. Grandma had lots of scary stories. She told me she dabbled in the occult or occult when she was a teenager, trying out Ouija boards with her friends, tarot cards, fortune telling, and all that stuff. You know that grandma's just mentally super disturbed now. She went through World War II stuff. She tried Ouija shit and everything. BRB washing dishes? Don't worry, take your time. But it was her. Okay, wait. Yeah. Most of the stories I'd laugh off or forget about not long after she was done telling them. Let me breathe. But there were a couple that really did spook me a bit when I was 10 at the time, you have to understand. And Grandma certainly knew how to bring the stories to life. She'd shut off the lights in my room so only the glow of the night sky shone through the curtains, and she'd shuffle in real close enough so I could see the wrinkles on her face and smell the boiled sweets on her breath. Close enough. Wait, what is boiled sweets? Close enough so her deep blue eyes could stare straight into mine. It was definitely scary if she had blue eyes. Oh, I have to flip this one real quick. There we go, I can keep it like this. And boom, there we go. She's alive. Now we just have to color her in. But yeah, let's continue. She must have given me nightmares with a few of those tales, but now, years later, there's only one that I can still remember. Only one that's stuck with me. The story about the shower and Mr. Longfingers. Grandma told me about Mr. Longfingers one night after I asked about her baths. Grandma used to love her baths. She'd spent ages in them. Light candles and incense, and lie in the tub humming to herself until the water turned cold. It drove my mom crazy, but when I asked her why she loved them so much, she said it was the only place she could relax. It was the only place that was safe for her and to relax. You know, people like me who are, well, more sensitive to certain things we have to have baths. She told me seriously one night, shuffling closer to the bed. I couldn't possibly spend that long in the shower, it'd be far too risky. Grandma stared at me with those blue eyes of hers, all smiling, and I knew it was time for one of her stories. One of the scary ones. I shivered with pleasure. What? I shivered with pleasure and pulled the covers up to my chin. Wasn't risky, Grandma. She half turned to look out the window, watching me from the corner of her eye, pausing for effect. I waited, feeling my heart rate pick up ever so slightly in my chest. Well, she said after a moment, it's only risky if you close your eyes. Of course, if you close your eyes for longer than 10 seconds. You know what? This is spooky for me because I also fear closing my eyes for too long in the bathroom when I'm taking a bath. Hydrate imposter chat. Hey, Kitsumi. Hi, Kitsumi. How you doing, Kitsumi? We're reading Reddit stories and drawing. Although I'm doing more speaking right now than I am doing drawing. Oh, that felt so refreshing. Thank you, Kitsumi. But yeah, I hope you guys you can stay with us. Tell me, how are you doing? Tell me about your day. We're reading a story about a girl's grandma, and you came at the very right second where she's telling the story too. You know, like when grandparents tell you just random stories, scary stories. Well, she said that there's a story that stuck with her. And it's one about somebody called Mr. Longfingers. I'm doing okay? I'm glad you're doing okay. Anyways. Alright. What about you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just a little bit tired. Did come back from school a bit spent. Also, my body's just super tired too. I haven't been able to sleep like you know when you sleep and you're like, oh my god, I slept like a baby. I haven't slept like a baby in a while. I wish I could sleep like a baby at least once. But yeah, I'm doing fine other than that. We did have fun today at class, which is like a very rare occasion for me personally, because most of the times it's just boring. Anyways, okay. She said it's only risky if you close your eyes, of course. If you close your eyes for longer than 10 seconds. What do you mean? Why? Well, do you ever play that game in the playground with your friends? The one where someone turns their back and the others sneak up on them when they're not looking? I nodded, and Grandma nodded back. Exactly, so that's what it's like in the shower. When you have your eyes closed, that's what it's like with Mr. Longfingers. A cold itch tickled my back. Who's Mr. Longfingers, Grandma? Keep in mind, this is your grandma telling you this story at 10 years old. I would be traumatized. My goodness. She's a cool grandma, but please. Okay, she lets out a deep breath, as if she wished she hadn't said anything. Turned her head back to face mine when she spoke. Oh my god, when she next spoke. She lowered her voice. No one exactly. Oh, sorry. No one knows exactly. Grandma whispered. Something. It's a creature that's attracted to the heat and smell we give off in there. Ew! Okay. Others think it's a demon that finds a way into our realm through the dense steam clouds. No one can say for sure because the only ones who have actually seen Mr. Longfingers aren't ever going to be able to tell you. I pulled in a breath. Why not? Grandma shuffled closer to the bed and leaned towards me, leaving my question hanging in the air. Don't you worry about it, sweetheart. Sweetheart, don't worry, pretty head. As long as you remember the rules, you'll be fine. What rules? Well, when you're in the shower, you try not to close your eyes for too long. 5 seconds is fine and 10 is just about okay. 2. But any longer than that? Yeah, then what? Well, any longer than that, and you might just start to feel something in the room with you, something watching. And if you ever go longer than 15 seconds, that's when you might start to hear a noise too. Hear what? The soft tap, 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 tap of fingers on glass, fingers drumming against the glass door of the shower. If you do ever hear that noise, God forbid, will you make me a promise? What, Grandma? Promise me you'll never open your eyes. Oh, that's scary. She's serious. She's like, promise me. Pinky promise. Because for young children that age, it's really important when like somebody promises them something. They know like if it's a promise, it's serious. But yeah, she says that she barely slept that night, hardly at all. I'd close my eyes and try to relax, but every time I did, I'd imagine the face pressed against my bedroom window staring in at me. And then I did finally get to sleep. I had nightmares, bad ones. I had them all week, in fact. Dreams about this disembodied eyes watching me in the dark and long fingers reaching out to touch my exposed skin. It wasn't any better than when I was awake either, not really. The shower was the worst. I mean, obviously. That's when Grandma's story really got to me. I had never thought about it before, but suddenly I had trouble shutting my eyes in there. I'd be standing beneath the beating water, shampoo running down my face, and as soon as I squinted my eyelids closed, I'd hear Grandma's words running through my head. 5 seconds is fine, and 10 is just about to okay too. But any longer than that? I'd rub my hair fast, feeling the shampoo dripping up off my chin, and as soon as I counted past 5 seconds, I'd feel it, a sort of pressure. Not a feeling of being watched exactly, but something close to that. I'd run my fingers faster and faster through my hair, frantically trying to get the studs out. And the ready blackness behind my closed eyes, coupled with the rush of water in my ears, would feel like I held breath. Like the silence before a scream, the seconds would race through my mind and I'd be so desperate to open my eyes again that I'd sometimes do it before my hair was rinsed fully clean. And my eyes would sting with shampoo. But before I shut them again, I'd always make sure to peer out through the steamed glass door off the shower cubicle. Just to make sure I was still alone. It was long. It wasn't. Wait, how long? Oh my god, it's still so long. The story's still so long. I don't know what happened. Okay, it wasn't long before Mom realized something was up. She heard me crying out in my sleep on the night and came in to comfort me, asked me what the matter was, and it all came out. I told her about Grandma's story and about Mr. Longfingers. She got this look on her face when I was telling her like she used to get with me when I'd make her really mad. The wide-eyed, angry look. Only this time she wasn't angry with me, she was angry with Grandma. My parents' room was next to mine, and sometimes if I pressed my ear against the wall, I could hear them talking in their soft whispers. That night, though, after Mom was satisfied I wasn't scared anymore, and she'd gone back to her room, the whispers weren't soft at all. Oh no. I heard Mom hissing to Dad about Grandma, but the story she told me. Mom's voice floated through the wall, sharp and crisp. You know what your fucking mother said to him now, don't you, Simon? Dad's response was an unintelligible mutter. She's told him there's a monster that'll get him if he shuts his eyes in the bathroom. A monster! The poor kid's been having nightmares about it all week. Seriously, Simon, you'd better say something to her tomorrow morning, first thing, or I will. Okay, I feel like the mother's being a bit mean to the grandma. This feels like am I the asshole? You know I wouldn't let you come to any. Oh wait. Okay. That time as she perched on the end of my bed, there were no stories, nothing like that. Grandma just sat there and stared down at me. Her blue eyes wide and sad. The light from the moon outside my window lit up her wrinkled face. You know I'd never let anything bad happen to you, don't you? She said after a moment. I nodded my head. I know, Grandma. I know, Grandma. You know I wouldn't let you come to any harm. I nodded again. Okay, that's good. She looked away from a moment out the window. You know the things I tell you in the evening are meant to help you, sweetheart. They're meant to toughen you up a bit. Protect you. She paused and shook her head. But maybe your mom is right. Maybe I went too far this time. She looked down at me and smiled, but even then, even though I was only 10 years old, I could tell it didn't quite reach her eyes. I'll tell you what, Grandma said. You know what I told you about Mr. Longfingers in the shower? Well, I'm going to make sure you're safe. I'll scare the bastard off, and how about that? It won't come back in a hurry. Oh my god, what the fuck is this song? Okay, let's listen to some. There, okay. It won't come back in a hurry if it has to face me. I stared up at Grandma, watching her face glow in the moonlight, watching her smile down at me. I nodded my head once. I was the one who found her. I don't know when exactly it happened, but I guess it was about a week after we had the talk in my room. A week after she told me she wouldn't let me come to any harm. I woke early that morning from a bad dream to a heavy thumping sound. I sat bolt upright in my bed. My room was quiet around me and I couldn't hear anything from the wall that joined my parents' room either. But the house wasn't entirely silent. Floating down the hall, muffled by my closed door, I could hear the sound of rushing water. The noise of the shower. The noise of the shower. I leapt out of the door. I leaped. What the heck is leaped? And ran down the stairs. Hallway. Heart already pounding in my chest. As soon as I reached the closed bathroom door, I started banging on it. A deep terror was welling up inside me like cold water from a well. Something I couldn't place, and I kept banging and shouting, "Grandma!" over and over again, even though she didn't respond. Off to my right, I was dimly aware of voices from my parents' room. The sleepy shuffle of footsteps, but before they had the chance to make it out onto the landing, I lifted my hand to test out the door handle. More out of instinct than because I thought it might actually open, but the door was locked. I kept banging with my free hand and it swung suddenly inwards, bringing me face to face with a wall of steam. Heat struck my skin. I squinted my eyes against the damp fog and peered into the bathroom. And before Dad pushed me to one side, before everything around me descended into shouting and tears and chaos, I saw her. I saw Grandma, and she was lying naked on the floor in the shower cubicle, the water beating down around her, her blue eyes bulging from her face. One hand was curled against her chest like a dead bird, while the other trailed against the glass of the shower cubicle. The flailing finger marks she'd carved through the steam were still clear and fresh. It was a heart attack that killed her. That's what my dad told me. He said Grandma was old and the thing had struck her quickly and suddenly. She would have died fast without pain. Dad said she wouldn't have suffered. I knew better though, even as a 10-year-old, I knew better. Years later, writing this as an adult, I still know better. I also know my wife and kids resent me for refusing to have a shower in the house, for insisting everyone take baths. They pretend it's okay and they humor me, but I can tell that they don't really understand. Not at all. My wife thinks she does. She thinks I still carry the trauma of seeing my grandmother dying in front of me when I was little. I guess she's right in a way, but she doesn't know the truth. Nobody does. And no one would believe me even if I told them. No one would believe me if I said the reason I don't take showers and the reason I haven't had one since I was 10 years old isn't because I'm scared from the sight of a dead body. It's because all those years ago, when I got back into the still hot bathroom from after the paramedics had taken Grandma's body downstairs, I made sure to check the marks her fingers had carved through the steamed glass of the shower cubicle, and those marks weren't just on the inside. Okay, so you're telling me Mr. Longfingers was real? Honestly, good story, a bit long, but good story. Good story. What do you guys think? Was that spooky? Did that spook you guys? Did that spook the shit out of you guys? Honestly, me, no. Me, not really. It's more like, it does sound like a child's story. Mr. Longfingers, also just, who calls it Mr. Longfingers? Oh my god, whoops. Ooh, okay. Oh, whoops, no. Go back. Yeah, this is so nice. I'm glad that the color drop thing is working fine. Alright, seems all finished with the coloring. Like this. And then change the colors of the string. Oh my god, don't tell me. Oh shit. Colored in the same layer! There you go. Oh yeah, that was a good story. I kinda wanna just... Wait, hold on. Can we do this? I don't know if we can. We pull a new window? Yeah. I'm alive. Like it's the last night. Like it's the last night. If the world was ending, let me see. True Reddit stories. I find this very fun to do. Just have Reddit stories in the background.
Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another.
Alright, maybe you can... Let's see. Can I do this? Oh my god, it's big. Hold on, I gotta make it tiny. Okay. There we go. I'll just crop it out. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna just crop it real quick. See if I can put it in the middle, in the center, or like somewhere. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Let's do 10, 100, maybe 90, 80, 70. Yup, okay, 70 seems about right. Wow, boobs. Oh. Got scared for a second. Hold on. Oh, whoops. Okay, there we go. There we go. Don't LMAO me. You scared the shit out of me. But yeah, hi Paco, how are you doing? Hello, we're doing some art and I'm gonna put a little video up here just to hear some like Reddit stories because I got lazy. Put it top left right here. Alright, yeah, that looks a lot better. But hello Dan, hello. You're welcome for the cookie. How are you doing? And both of you guys, how are you doing? Let me give you a shout out, Paco. Yes, El Paco Pogo. There you go. But yeah, how are you guys doing? Both of you. We're gonna be listening and watching some scary, beautiful, the tortilla slab.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Ruthless. He was enjoying that. Wow. Okay. I went to work out today with 4 others. Ooh, and got KFC. Oh, I want KFC. I'm good. Purchased 3 Gundam models. You are rich. God damn. I could never buy more than one. I don't think I can buy even one right now.
Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another Reddit stories video, and this will cover some true scary horror stories from Reddit, and it's just gonna be...
Okay, we just read one and it was super long, so I felt like it would be a lot better if we watched somebody not rich making money worth nice, which is both. Making money worth equals you are rich. You are rich, bitch. Okay, I'm gonna open both the chats because I do forget to do that. And we will also be doing art. Chaos, hello, Glitchy. Hello.
A super good video, and all of these stories are true, so you know that makes it more scary. But all these stories are great, like I said. Something good to listen to when you're studying, sleeping.
Yeah, while we're doing this.
So
wait, maybe you can do throne gifts for Gundam models? Like I put a Gundam in my throne. You can also recommend me one, Dan. If you want, you can recommend me one. Because I have no idea how Gundam models work. So you probably have to help me either way. If you go to Throne, you can recommend one. And I just really recommend that you guys just check out my Throne because I do have a bunch of stuff on there. And it's just funny to see people's reaction to seeing what I put on Throne. But yeah, do put it in the Throne or recommend the Gundam thing because I have no idea how Gundams work.
And also, please subscribe.
If I do get a Gundam, I'm definitely gonna have to like
100,000 subscribers for the end of the year, and I
look
think
up a bunch of things.
Please subscribe. And all right, anyways, without further ado, let's get into some true scary horror stories.
Yeah, I just didn't want to read anymore.
Coffee that called me for hours straight afterward. 200 plus texts later, I filed a police report.
What the heck?
Hi all, I've lurked here from time to time and recently posted this in / the girl survival guide and got a lot of encouragement to post it here as well. I edited a little to add detail now that I'm not weeping into a glass of bourbon while I'm typing about it. It may seem ridiculous, but writing about it is making it somewhat easier to deal with. Originally posted May 21st, 2018. I met a guy this weekend. We were at the same restaurant. He was with a wedding party, I was with family. Not connected to the wedding or couple in any way, just happened to be at the same restaurant where the wedding reception was.
If I buy you Gundam, do I have to be here as an assistant if you want to be? If you want to? I mean, like, if you're fine with that, you can definitely be on the stream as I build it. If you just wanna leave like a list of tips for that, you can do that as well. Because I do really love miniature stuff, so like just building stuff, I really love doing that. So I feel like I will enjoy it nonetheless. But like, yeah. If you wanna be here, you can be here. If you don't wanna be here, you cannot be here. Oh, let's
Being hosted. He was polite and respectful and offered me his number. I took it and decided to text him. We texted for a day or so and then made arrangements to get together for coffee. We got together in the middle of the day at a public place. I drove myself. I texted a friend and told her where I'd be and the guy's name. I figured I was being overly cautious. The first 3/4 of the conversation was normal enough. We talked about work, schooling, basketball, etc. It turned out he was a lot younger than I thought he was. He's 22, I'm 35.
Damn.
He went from being kind of shy and very respectful to telling me a story about how the night after the wedding he came home and people were being crazy.
What does that mean?
I asked him what he meant and then he elaborated to tell me
you have a
that
choice,
he had
okay?
walked into his bedroom and lesbian girls I know were having sex on my bed, but he was a gentleman and didn't stick around to watch, and then locked eyes and asked,
what the fuck?
have you ever been in that kind of situation before? I said, well, I've lived in apartments, so I've heard people sometimes. And he pushed further and asked, no, but have you ever walked in on something like that? I said,
ew.
No.
I mean,
a weird story to tell someone he just met. And changed the subject.
Ew.
He talked about himself a lot. He did ask me questions, but
Red
wouldn't
flag.
interrupt me when I tried to answer and continued to talk about himself. Something felt odd. He was not acting like he was the night I met him. He leaned in over the table a lot and made a noticeable effort to lock eyes with me. I like eye contact, but it felt more like a stare down after a while. I could feel myself moving away the further he leaned in. He started to talk about how he used to pick up girls, but he doesn't do that anymore because he realized that the girls he picked up at bars
he used to pick up
probably
girls.
whores who went there every weekend.
What the fuck?
Then he wanted to know if I drank, smoked, did drugs. Did I ever party?
Was he looking for a victim?
Where did I like to go out to? Do I see other men, etc., etc.? Almost no pauses, one question after the other.
Yeah, that's what. Oh
We
my
talked for a few minutes
god.
more, and he looked at his phone and said, the game I wanted to watch is going to start soon. Do you want to get out of here? Turns out there was a basketball game on, and he wanted to come back to his place to watch it. I said no thanks. We
Oh
just
my
met, so I'm
lord.
not comfortable with that. But maybe we can talk
I feel like
again soon.
he was looking for a
His
victim.
face sort of changed, and he said, I'm sorry, but I really thought you were going to come back with me. I told him I wasn't sure how he got that impression. I had not at any point said I would do that. He kept asking me to come back to his place, and I kept saying no. He kept asking me why not. I kept saying, I just met you. I'm not comfortable going back to your house.
Yeah.
He said, fine.
Period.
Let's go to the park then. Red flags and alarm bells were going off, so
Hello,
I said,
Ram. Oh my
no.
god. Hi, Ram. It's been a while. How are you doing? Hello. We're watching some... Or not watching. We're reading some, not reading. We're just listening. We're listening to some real Reddit horror stories that happen to people on Reddit. And drawing at the same time. I was reading at first, but I am too tired to read any further. So I was just listening and commentating, okay? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. How are you doing, Ram? It's been a while.
Thanks. I'm not interested. He basically begged and said he'd even skip the game if I wanted him to. I said no, just go home. We just met for coffee. It's not a big deal if we can't take it further today. He then asked me to take a walk in the field behind the coffee shop. Looked at the ground and literally said, I'll do anything you want. Just don't leave. I said again I wasn't going to go anywhere else with him that day. Please just respect that, and we'll talk later.
Oh my god.
I got into my car, and as he was pulling away, he yelled out his car window at me. I'm going to do everything I can to change your mind. Come over. I sat and watched him leave because things just felt weird. I drove home and my phone
Oh my
was
gosh, he
blowing up
dodged
the
the
whole time.
bullet.
He was texting.
Whoops. I'm doing good. How are you? I'm doing good as well. Just a little bit tired. Came back from school a bit tired today. After stream, I am gonna go sleep. So, yeah, I didn't stream yesterday, so I feel like I should stream today. Hence why I am. But yeah, we're doing some art, working on commissions. And we're just chilling. It was a very chill stream. Next time, we're gonna be doing some less chill stuff. But right now, we're just listening to Reddit horror stories. How about you? How was your day? What did you do?
Saying he was home and I should come over. Then he sent me a video of himself watching basketball on his couch alone. He started sending me messages saying he could see a future with me, that I was the most beautiful woman he'd ever met.
Oh my god.
It was horrible for such a beautiful woman to be single, and that he, quote, liked
Horrible.
our chances to be together. The entire coffee date was 40 minutes max. He continues to ask me to come over. I said I was happy to meet him for coffee, but I told him I wasn't going to come over before I left and was not going to go back on what I said. Then the calls really started. 7:55, 8 o'clock, 8:02, 8:07, 8:11. He called and called over and over for the next several hours. I texted him after the first couple calls. He had sent me another text saying how beautiful and perfect I was, and he wanted to date and travel together. And all I could think to say was, I'm sorry, I don't feel the same way about you that you seem to feel about me. I wish you well. Take care. He said he didn't understand. Did that mean I didn't want to see him again? So I replied with, I'm sorry for not being clear. No, I don't want to see you again. I'm sorry. I wish you well. Goodbye. The calls and texts kept coming. I told him one time to please stop. I had to turn off my phone. It kept vibrating so much. The texts were all about, what did I do wrong? Why don't you tell me so I can fix it and make this work between us? I am really a great guy and I like you so much. You owe it to me to tell me. If you tell me, then I'll stop bothering you, but you have to tell me. I blocked his number, but my phone still logs call attempts from blocked numbers, so I could see he was still calling all night until 2 a.m. He called a few more times this morning and again this afternoon. I called my phone company this morning to check, and turns out he had sent me over 200 text messages in that one day. That was the tipping point, and I decided to go to the police station and at least talk to them and possibly report it as suspicious behavior or harassment. All I had was his first name, which I'm pretty sure was a nickname, and a phone number. The cops were really nice
what
and
his
took down all the
name
info.
is.
He had never threatened me, but I had told him to stop and he wouldn't. They said that it was enough to be concerned. I showed them the text and the timing of the calls, and they said it was definitely looked like obsessive and unstable behavior, and it was good that I came in, even just to put it on record in case things got worse. I felt so bad for even going there. Like, it was stupid to have even gone to meet him.
School from 9 to till
I've had been on lots of coffee dates and no one...
Till 7. Oh my god, okay. So tired, but I love your drawing. Thank you so much. It's like, oh shit.
kind of thing before.
It's the Spooky Dance meme. I'm gonna show it once the coloring is done and everything. Since I'm almost done anyways. But yeah, this is what it is.
After I left the station, I got home and checked my phone, and I had 3 voicemails from unknown numbers. And it was him pleading for me to call him and tell him how to make it right. He doesn't understand why I blocked him. Did he message me too much? Was it a bad move to call me 80 times in the night?
It's a Spooky Dance from Friday Night Funkin'. Yes, you got it down.
I sent them into the police, along with screenshots of the messages and logs from my phone company. Now I'm terrified of what will happen next. Will the cops call him? If they do, will it make him mad? I'm pretty sure I didn't tell him anything about the area of the city I live in or where I work, and all he had was my phone number, no Facebook or WhatsApp or other socials. I considered changing my cell phone number, but I'm also hoping that he'll get to the point after a few days
just do it. If it's easy to do, just do it.
I'm so shocked I don't even know what to do next. Update. May 22nd.
Oh, there's an update. Okay.
He's been texting and calling me from random numbers all day. I've been taking screenshots and sending them into the police with my report number. It's been a long, exhausting day. I really want to change my number, but he keeps sending me stuff, and
just do it,
feel like it might be helpful to the police to figure out who he actually is. I've informed my family, friends, employer, cell phone provider, and building caretaker about this crazy pants and given everyone a description. I went out and bought 100+ decibel alarms for the windows and doors in my apartment and installed them. I am in Canada, so I can't legally carry mace, but I'm looking for alternatives. Mega update. Today he wrote me a very long-winded message asking for another chance and begging forgiveness. He said, I was just overly excited to meet such a beautiful and well-endowed woman.
Just stop.
And that he needed just one chance to show you my true worth. Pleading and pleading for me to reply and come meet him. And he signed his name at the bottom. I had heard it slightly wrong and didn't have the right spelling in my phone. I went on Facebook and found his profile. He had 0 security settings. He's not friends with anyone I know. I copied that link and sent it off to the cops. I am torn between really hoping they can talk some sense into him and being terrified that if the police confront him, that he will become even crazier. I would have slept easier if I'd changed my number right away, but I might never have gotten his real name and profile if I had. I doubt the cops will do much until he starts threatening me. Now I'm torn. Do I change it and sleep better at night, or let him keep screaming into the silence while I collect more evidence?
That looks
Is it worth it?
cursed.
I keep thinking. All he has
Yeah,
is
bro,
my number.
indeed.
Update. May 28th.
Yeah, all he has is your number, then it's gonna be your social security card number, and then it's gonna be your whole family in his basement.
18.
And in that order, okay?
From my coffee date was 4-ish days ago when he called me at 12:56 a.m. on the 24th.
What a fucking
He
weirdo.
even texted me from the same number a few days earlier when he sent me the charming message about me being so well endowed. So I'm pretty sure it was him. I'm admittedly feeling a little burnt out. I'm taking tomorrow off work to try and chill out. This has been a lot to handle along with work and life in general. I haven't really heard from the cops. I've gotten back a couple of confirmations that they've added my screen caps and voicemail recordings to the file, but nothing else. He hasn't been threatening me and his enthusiasm seems to be dying down, so I doubt I'll hear much unless things change. Here's hoping there aren't more reasons for the police to become more involved than just saying, thanks for the info, we've added it to your file. They have his names, pic, and Facebook profile.
His name.
I've blocked him on Facebook and hidden all my profile pics. I haven't gotten any friend requests on any of my social medias. I'm being cautious when I go out. The alarms are helpful, both magnetic and glass break ones have been installed. At least if this dumb kid managed to figure out where I live and tried to get in, I would hear something and be able to get the fuck out. I slashed a hammer between my headboard and my mattress. It feels gross every time I get into bed and hear it tap lightly against the wall, but I'm glad it's there. Thanks for the concern. Everyone, I'm safe. Things are calming down. He knows how to reach me. I know how to send screen caps to the cops. That's about where our relationship
You also
is
see,
at right now.
oh my god, he knows her address
Update.
now.
March 17th, 2020. I haven't looked at this account since my last update, and now that most of the world is under quarantine, it occurred to me to sign in and take a look. First of all, many thanks to everyone who reached out to see if I'm okay. I'm totally okay. At the time, I was terribly freaked out and just wanted to not think about this whole thing anymore. I hope no one worried too much, and I'm sincerely sorry if you did. I'm glad that I made the initial post because I was so overwhelmed it was really difficult to work through. Things are 100% better now, so thank you all for the support. I had a few weeks of silence after the last update, and then I got 2 or 3 calls from an odd number, a landline that I could do a reverse 411 lookup on. The address was from the area around the coffee shop where we met, and I recalled that he had told me that he lived a couple blocks over while he was trying to get me back to come over to his basement. I sent the screenshot of the calls and the address to the police email I had been given and made the choice to change my phone number. It was a giant PITA, but I absolutely slept better. I have been back to the restaurant twice and never saw him, and I'm never in the area brewing coffee.
Pain in the ass.
Oh, okay. If I see someone who looks like him, but I try to remind myself that the way he acted
That's what it means.
Latch on with a death grip to anyone who gave him the time of day. So he's likely set his sights elsewhere now, which is, in its own way, kind of terrifying. I hope he figures his shit out and that other women he encounters get treated better than I did. I hope you are all well and staying safe inside and safe. Hearts.
Damn. That was a good story.
Some woman stood
so
in my
fucking
flat,
scary.
right next to the shower curtain. This happened a few years ago in my old one-person flat. I had a strange feeling that something wasn't right for a few days, like I was sure that food in the fridge was less than I put back the last time. I found pillows from my couch on the floor.
Oh my god, is
like
it a squatter?
I lived alone back then, so there wasn't anyone else with access to my flat. Or so I thought. Well, one night I woke up around 1 in the morning, sweating, and even though I don't remember, was sure I woke from a nightmare. Since I was drenched in sweat, I decided to take a shower, so I put my phone up in the bathroom for music, turned on the water, and enjoyed my shower. A few minutes in, I heard the door move. I never close it, but it still never moves. I took a look at the shower curtain and saw a shadow against it, and a look at my phone confirmed someone was there, since I could clearly see a reflection in my screen that showed someone standing next to the shower curtain. It took me a lot not to scream and to keep acting like I didn't notice anything, while silently taking the shower head off the holding and turning the water all the way to hot. I'm still kind of impressed of that quick thinking.
Yeah,
Our water got really hot when you cranked it all the way to hot.
Do you have any
and a few seconds later,
piercings
steam was
on
rising,
the
and
model
the water
or
hurt my
me?
feet flowing.
Personally, if I do, yes, I do. My ear piercings, and one that I don't use anymore, or well, that I can't use anymore because my piercing fell off and my piercing healed, so like I can't do it anymore. I can't put it back anymore unless I pierce it again, which I will someday. Is my nose piercing? I had not a septum. Yeah, I forgot the name of it, but yeah, it just no. Was it painful? It was initially. It was initially painful. Specifically when the woman or like the piercer initially just like when he pushes the needle in and when he puts the piercing in instead of the needle, if you know what I mean. Like when he switches the needle for the piercing, it hurts then, but it hurts only like just a little bit. If they do good prep, it doesn't hurt that much. If obviously they force it in without any prep, it's gonna hurt like a bitch. And throughout the days, it doesn't hurt really. You don't even really feel it. Plus, I would say I have a good pain tolerance. Maybe sometimes, not really. But not really. Okay, what hurts more, the ears or the nose? Definitely the nose, because I pierced my ears at home. I pierced my own ears. And it didn't hurt as much. It's just like, it's always just the first painful, like, you know, like piercing. When you first pierce it, it hurts. But then it just slowly goes away. I didn't have good prep for when I pierced my ears. So it was painful. But I would definitely recommend that you get it. Oh my god, seal! Seal! Wow. Yeah, that's me right there.
Went to the drain.
But yeah.
I turned around, ripped
Oh, whoops, sorry. The nose definitely hurt the most because I was very picky. I was like I used to pick on it a lot. I would just touch it a lot, and when you do that, it just really does hurt. Or well, it does just you know what I mean, right? Yeah, right. Like, I used to touch it a lot, and the more I touch it, the longer it took to heal. And the longer it took to heal, the longer it hurt. So if you get a piercing, don't ever do as I do. I'm like a scab picker, if you know what I mean. Like if I get like a cut or something, I pick on it. If I have a pimple, I pick on it. If I have something, I pick on it. It's just like anxiety. But yeah, I have 8 piercings. Lucky. I want to have 8 piercings. I will say I do want to get a septum piercing. I don't know how it will look on me. I also want to re-pierce my nose and my ears again, though I will do my ears at home again. Most of the times I have pierced my ears, my skin gets really swollen and it gets very, very, it's just very sensitive. I don't know how to explain it. Like, my ears are already pierced because when I was a child, I had them pierced. So right now, the holes are permanent. But, if I try to re-pierce them, or like pierce my ears in another area, it's just very painful. I have the same. I have a scar on my lip right now, and I keep reopening it because I scrape on it with my teeth. Oh my god, I get that. It is a cool scar, so all is good, but also, man. No. Don't pick on it. Don't pick on it. Oh my god, the wind is going crazy outside. But yeah, I want to get a septum piercing someday. I don't know how that will be like, because when I had my ear piercing and my nose piercing, both of them got infected. Not in a bad way though. They didn't get infected in a bad way. They were starting to swell. And so I removed them because obviously I didn't know what else to do. I just removed them because I got scared of it getting infected and like ruining my face or something. So I did remove them, and so now I still just have two piercings. Can I pierce through your heart? Damn. You wanna kill me? You wanna kill me? Wow. You just stabbed me? That's so mean. That's so minky to me. You wanna stab me? Say about how I want piercings on my... Like, I already told you, my skin is sensitive. If you pierce me, I'm just gonna die. It's normal for it to swell up. It does go down after a day or two. Well, mine didn't go away after a day or two, so like I panicked and I just stopped it. But like I just removed the piercings. I'm gonna re-pierce my ears. I do wanna have like a helix, not a helix really. It's just right above the earlobe. Just straight through the heart, easy. Oh, okay, so you won't be piercing my body or my skin initially. You're just gonna pierce my heart like a vampire. Okay. Okay, that works. Yeah. That's amazing. That's beautiful. Yeah. Not just the heart. Oh, no, just the heart only. Yep, that sounds amazing. That sounds
Shower
great.
curtain open and it held the shower head right at the person behind it. It was a woman who screamed in pain. I whacked her in the face with the shower head and jumped out of the shower and ran to the door, taking the key out of the lock and locking it closed behind me. A little later, she started to bang on the door, but the door didn't give. Thank God for German quality work.
Oh,
I called the cops and went to the kitchen to get my big kitchen knife just for safety.
what the fuck is that video? What video? I didn't even notice anything. Was there a video?
It was a woman who screamed in pain. I whacked her in the face with the shower head and jumped out of the shower and ran to the door, taking the key out of the lock and locking it closed behind me. A little later, she started to bang on the door.
What video are you talking
but the door
about?
didn't give. Thank God for German quality work. I called the cops and went to the kitchen to get my big kitchen knife just for safety. I felt like my throat was closing up when I saw it missing and realized there's only one place where it could possibly be right now.
Paco, that the video war Ginar luistered. Yeah, I agree. You're getting an industrial piercing and I am a bit scared. Oh, those are really cool. Those are really cool. The industrial piercings are the one that go through your ear, right? Like the big long one. The big long rod piercing, if I am not wrong. Yeah?
The police came and
yeah, those are really freaking cool.
But
if you're used to getting piercings, I think you're fine.
After not paying rent.
Pretty sure you're fine.
She made a copy of the key and came into the flat when I was at work and sometimes at night. It's possible that what woke me up in the first place was her, and honestly, I don't even want to think about that.
Oh.
Ever since then, I always insist that the locks are changed when I move into a new place. Edit. Since a lot of people ask, I found the knife later in the bathroom. So she definitely brought it with her, and
she
either
was
the
gonna
police
kill.
Disarmed her, or she dropped it herself at any point.
That's scary to know after.
I accidentally discovered an online shrine.
Oh, beautiful.
I recently received a friend request that reminded me of this story, so I'm going to share it here. This happened after I went to university, so I was 18. I made an effort to make friends after I moved onto campus and ended up with a few groups to hang out with, including a new girlfriend, and plenty of people from my classes that I liked well enough. There was one class before lunch where it was traditional for people to go to the cafeteria afterwards to eat in pairs or threes. I wasn't very discerning about who I'd have lunch with because I got on fine with most people from the class, and we were all trying to make an effort to be social. So when one girl, Lily, asked if I wanted to eat lunch together after class, I didn't have any reason not to go. We talked about school and that kind of thing. Nothing noteworthy, but she did ask me
With
to
a
get lunch with
girlfriend.
her again
You have a
next week.
girlfriend.
It
And
became
you
a
ate
pattern,
with somebody.
and there wasn't exactly a way to start saying no suddenly.
Okay.
It was fine, but it did mean I lost the chance to eat lunch with anyone else on those days. In hindsight, I suppose that was the point. One day in class, I asked someone if I could add them on social media. This happened in front of Lily. I saw her face jerk towards me from a couple of seats over. It was such a sharp reaction that it was hard to ignore, and I still remember it. By the time I got home later that day, Lily had sent me a friend request. No friends in common. Don't know how she knew my last name. I was a bit surprised, but I guess she just dug through the university's social media pages and found me through there. It gave me a bad feeling, but surely it was fine. She ended up
So,
messaging
Poco,
me
what
a
are you
lot
talking
and
about?
commenting on anything I posted. I told myself that she was just awkward and we became friends, if not close. I've known worse people. She still always got me to go eat lunch with her after our one shared class. Other than that, we rarely spent time together in person. I saw her around sometimes, but I never went out of my way to hang out with her, so it was mostly online messaging and seeing each other in group settings. Coincidentally, my girlfriend was also called Lily. This was something that clearly bothered Lily, not my girlfriend, who couldn't have found it less interesting as a common name. She occasionally hinted that she wanted my girlfriend to pick a different name or joked about her not suiting it. She clearly didn't like my girlfriend at all, and I had no idea why. It was hard to ignore by this
She
point.
wanted you.
Lily was starting to unsubtly hint that she had a crush on me. I tried not to address it because what was I going to say? I've never known what to do when a friend makes a pass at me. I was also not interested in the least, even ignoring the weird stuff she pulled. Lily was not my type at all. She tended to dress and act in a way somewhere between a 50s housewife and one of those adults who was so obsessed with Disney princesses, if you can picture that. Things took an uncomfortable turn on the day of our last shared class of the year. Instead of asking me to lunch like she usually did, Lily asked if I'd go for a walk with her. Again, I didn't exactly know how to refuse, so I said all right. Our campus
people
was
pleaser.
bordered by a large patch of woodland. Lily led me into the woods and the sounds of our fellow students slowly faded away. She sat down on a log and I joined her. She started talking about how she was going to miss me over the summer. I tried plus adding her, but I didn't want to be there, especially because she seemed almost on the verge of tears. I think I tried to make an excuse about having plans with my girlfriend, but before I could leave, Lily chose to kiss me without warning. It was uncomfortable to say the least. I got out of there and was happy to think I wouldn't see her for a while. I came back to university after the summer, moving into a house with my friends. Without going off topic, there was some serious issues in my friend group. A lot of petty arguing, and worse, I broke up with my girlfriend around the start of the school year as well. And basically the whole mess made me recontextualize things with Lily because it suddenly didn't seem as bad. That said, I didn't want to be alone with her. We mostly talked online. She was still constantly messaging me after all. One upside of everything was that I was started dating a boy. Lily was not pleased to hear the news. I think she hoped to sneak in after I broke up with my girlfriend, but as I said before, that was never going to happen. There wasn't a big gap between my breakup and this new relationship, so she must have thought that she missed her chance to be with me. This is where the story gets bad. At this time, I was fairly active on Tumblr. I occasionally talked about my life and mostly reblogged photos and stuff. I was on there one day when something odd happened. One of the blogs I followed had received an ask with some phrases I recognized. It took a second to register that it was taken from my About page. That made me freeze. I read the message properly. Someone was asking this completely random person to analyze a section of text from my page, asking for their opinion on the type of person who would write it. I cannot stress how messed up it was to see people talking about me like I was a character in a book they were trying to study. The reply was basically, I don't know, sorry. But the important thing was that the question hadn't been anonymous. It linked to someone's blog. Obviously, I wanted to know who had taken such a bizarre interest in me. As far as I knew, no one in real life other than my boyfriend knew about my page. Well, no prizes for guessing who was behind it. What I found was like a shrine. She was using a fake name, but I recognized Lily all over that thing. It was all this cutesy pink and red page There were a few posts about her interest, but most of the content was focused on her primary interest, me. Most of the posts were about me. There were accounts of things I'd done recently.
Wonderful.
He told me about such and such. He went to a nightclub recently, etc. As well as references to things from as far back as I'd known her. It was clear she'd been keeping tabs on me, both online and offline, gathering up every scrap of information she could about my life
That's creepy.
and hoarding it here in her collection.
Feels like a
She
yandere
talked about us
simulator,
eating lunch
some
together and how
kind of
special
thing.
our dates had been to her, as if it was anything more than acquaintances getting food after class. She talked about the time she had forcibly kissed me in the woods, but she wrote it as if it had been mutual. She quoted lyrics from my favorite song and talked about how she'd always been there for me, no matter who else came into my life. Lots of references to loving me just the way he is, which answered another mystery about an anonymous love letter I'd received earlier that year with the same wording. It got
What a
worse. There
weirdo.
were a lot of posts about my boyfriend as well. Those weren't so nice. They got vicious, talking about how he didn't deserve me. He didn't know what he had. If she was with me, she'd be jealous of anyone else who came near me. So my boyfriend not being a jealous person meant he didn't love me. It was angry and hateful. I didn't like to think about that sort of person who could write so obsessively being fixated on me. One thing that didn't make sense at first was that the blog also made plenty of references to Lily's best friend, Steven. She had never mentioned this person to me. Her post talked a lot about Steven and how a great friend he was, and how much fun they had together, how he looked out for her, etc. I was trying to work out whether this was an online friend when one specific post made it all click. She had posted a photo and captioned it, "Steven sent this to me. He knew I would like it and love it," or something like that. The problem was the post was taken from my own page. I hadn't sent it to her. She took it from my page and then claimed this fictional best friend or her shared it with her, because in her head she'd split me into two people. In her messed up fantasy life, I was both the perfect best friend who was always looking out for her, and her soulmate who was bound to end up with her when I finally got over my sweet, kind boyfriend and all the other easy girls I hung out with that she made dozens of posts complaining about. Who was she complaining to? Oh, Lily had an audience. She asked open questions about me and her relationship with me and got messages back from her followers, people who took what she said at face value. I saw a bunch of random people agreeing with the stalker that my boyfriend didn't deserve me, and we were bound to break up soon so I could be with Lily, the person I was clearly supposed to be with. She had this fake fan fiction version of my life up for anyone to share their opinion on, and she'd made herself out to be the hero of it all. I went maybe a month back into the page history. I'd not look at everything that was there. It was too much. So I'm not sure how long this had been going on. I sent Lily a message confronting her about the blog. She said nothing. And I cannot stress how weird it was to have found pages and pages dedicated to me, with her talking about how she was in love with me and would make sure we ended up together, slandering
Honestly,
my
you know,
boyfriend and building
if
a
I was
fantasy life
into
with three different versions of me in it.
If this happened to me and I was into a guy, okay, we're saying if, imagining that the girl is actually a guy and it happened to me. If there's a guy who has like a whole shrine dedicated to me, it would be kind of sweet, right? Right? But also kind of creepy. But also sweet in a way. Sweet in a creepy way, okay? Yeah.
She clearly believed it to be real, then acting like it hadn't happened. She said nothing. She didn't address it. She just changed the subject even after I pushed, and it was like she hasn't even registered what I said.
Do you mean it would be sweet?
Anything else like it.
You
She
know,
deleted the page,
just like,
of course.
he's like, okay, I would imagine it would be like a diary, like an internet diary, you know? She was at home the whole day today. She didn't go anywhere today. She never goes anywhere. Where the fuck is she? I cannot keep my tabs on her because she's always at home. She's always stuck in her room, in her girl cave. She doesn't go out at all. She's always on her computer. She's always on her tablet drawing. She's so dumb. It would be just bullying.
Or at least change the name and hit it.
Because
So
of
I
the
never found it
partying.
again.
Oh my god.
It
I
wasn't
love
the end,
partying,
though.
but I
wasn't
never
going to hang
get
out with her
to
anymore, but
go
we
partying.
were still shoved together in classes.
Always at
and
home.
She had actually started to kind of scare me with what she might do next. I'm kind of a paranoid person. Knowing someone was obsessively keeping track of me for who knows how long freaked me out.
Obviously, I'm kidding, by the
next
way,
thing she
guys.
pulled
This
was
is
trying to
creepy,
seduce my
and I
boyfriend.
don't
It was
condone
an
this by any
absolutely
means.
useless
I would
attempt
never
that
do
only
this
made
to a
him
person.
uncomfortable. He told me about it right away. What was her plan there? Did she hope to tell me he cheated and wait for me to break up with him? Why would I want her after that? Well, when that didn't work out for her, she tried hitting on 3 of my other friends. None of them took the bait. She ended up dating one of my former housemates for a while, but made sure to send me messages while they were together, letting me know she'd rather be with me. No thanks. Lily made sure to stay in my life the whole time I was at university. There was a time when I tried to pull away from her and she ended up starting rumors about me and damaging a career opportunity I'd put a lot of work into. I don't know what else she did behind my back, but it made me realize it was safer to let her think she was part of my life while ignoring her rather than doing something that would cause her to get angry. After I graduated, Lily still wanted to spend time together, but I knew I don't have to now. I make excuses about work and barely talk to her after that point. I almost entirely stopped posting on social media
a girl
that I knew she knew.
I know a girl named Lily, so I just imagine they look the same. The guy did say that she likes pink. And she's like this very girly girl that likes pink. And her name's Lily. Wow. Very original, Lily.
Knew about. Of course, she didn't give up that easily. She tried to start conversations, asked me to meet up with her, attempts I usually ignored. I didn't like to think she was still tracking me online, but she probably was. I don't know, but she'd occasionally reference things I mentioned online somewhere she shouldn't have known about. The last time we had a real conversation, she sent me a message out of nowhere. We hadn't spoken at all in months, and we hadn't talked about anything serious in much longer than that. Thinking about the conversation still makes my skin crawl, but I'll summarize what happened. At first, she asked me some questions about how long I knew I was queer. I told her some basic stuff, the kind of thing I'd tell anyone who asked. Then she changed the subject. She started talking about how would I feel about her if she was a boy, about wanting to be a boy for me. The messages quickly became fetishistic. She went into plenty of detail about fantasy she had of the two of us. Again, we were not friends at this point. We'd never been especially close, at least not from my perspective.
Early pops.
We had barely spoken for years. I can't imagine sending messages like that to even a close friend, let alone someone you barely know. I tried telling her not to pull this crap with me, but she decided to change tactics. She sent a photo of herself, followed by a bunch of messages. Maybe 4 or 5 a minute. Way too fast for me to reply before the next one arrived. Basically quoting back.
Oh my god, I have to speak Spanish for 5 minutes. Wait a minute, this is getting weird. Yeah, it is getting very weird. Why are you still talking to her, bro? That's just stupid, honestly. Like, just stop. And he's in university. Keep that in mind. Also, yeah, hello, Rue. Hi. Hi, Rue. Hi. Let me give you a shout out. Here's the lady. Yes, here's the lady. I cannot see Rulu. Yeah. She creepy. I love her. She does look creepy, especially in the drawing that I just did.
Do it. Fucking do it.
Okay, I take it back. I take it back. I take it back, seas. But yeah, how you doing? I'm gonna be speaking Spanish for 5 minutes, everybody. Resident Evil 2. I didn't know that was that good. Oh my god, it's cool. Alright, chat. I'm gonna be doing great Spanish for 5 minutes. I'm gonna do like a 5-minute set. I'm gonna set like a 5-minute. Alright, chat. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for some Spanish? It's gonna be hard to understand because I'm still bad at Spanish. I'm gonna drink some water real quick. I feel like puking. Agua. Agua. You're cooking rice for spam musubi? I didn't know you have to do that before making it for spam musubi. You're cooking rice for spam musubi, Roo? Damn. You better give me some spam musubi. I want to try cocked spam Babu Soupy. You're cooking. Okay. You're cooking? Okay. Yeah, bro. Yeah? Yeah, bro. It's fine. It's fine. Take your time. Take your time, bro. Take your time. Oh my god, my nose. That's a great depiction. Oh my god, I'm cold. I should have worn my pajamas before hopping into stream. You guys wanna give me like 5 minutes to wear my pajamas real quick, pajamas. But yeah, oh yeah, 5 minutes of Spanish, of course. Yeah. Are you guys ready? I'm gonna be commentating to the spooky lady in Spanish.
About myself and my past earlier. She was telling me these things as if they had happened to her. She was role-playing as me. The worst part was that she seemed to believe it was real, that those things actually had happened
Say
to her.
this after
Even
me.
when she was quoting
Una
me
chica
word for
rara.
word, things I'd told her only hours before were now her life. It was like she was trying to absorb my history, to take it over, to make my life part of her. Yeah, I didn't talk to her again after that. I ignored future attempts she made to talk to me, and I eventually silently deleted her from the inactive social media, which was her only real way of contacting me.
Bien
I
hecho.
really thought she might finally move on. A few days ago, she sent me a friend request. It's sitting there unanswered, but because I know if I delete it, she'll only send another one.
Buen hecho.
Lily and I met nearly
Bien hecho.
12 years ago.
Good job.
This story is just
Good
the
job.
highlights, and even then, it's only the stuff I know about for sure. A lot happened behind my back. I know it did. So, girl who spent 12 years obsessing over me, fetishizing me, stalking me, and harassing me.
Ascosa de mierda.
Let's not meet again. The fantasy life you built for the two of us in your head is the only place you'll be
so
seeing
funny.
me anytime soon.
Buen trabajo, buen
I was a
trabajo.
kid.
Así se
Home
hace,
alone.
¿vale? Así se
And a
hace.
fake Girl Scout
Así
cookie
se
salesman
hace.
wouldn't leave. Years ago, when
Wait,
I was
what did that
11
say
years
again?
old, I was
Whoops, I got distracted by Spanish talking
staying
in
home
Spanish.
alone with only my little brother who was 7. Home alone. In a
Wait, I'll translate this in
I was a
Spanish.
kid, home alone, and a fake Girl Scout cookie salesman wouldn't leave.
Estaba un niño. Yo fuera un niño, solo en casa, en una chica falsa de Scout Cookie. No podía, no quería, no quería ir.
Years ago, when I was 11
guess.
years old, I was staying home alone with only my little brother who was 7. At that time, it was only about 9 p.m., dark and pouring rain. We were reading in our room, right next to the front door with a big window and open blinds. That's when I hear the front doorbell ring followed by knocking. I thought my parents had arrived. Strange, though, that they didn't use the garage with their keys. I looked outside to see their car.
Raro.
Nothing but rain. As I approached the door, I hear a man's voice that was not my father's yell through the torrent.
Oh wait, what the
Would you like
heck?
some
Girl
cookies?
Scout cookie?
We're selling Girl Scout cookies. I'm shocked at this.
You're not a
considering
girl.
The weather and time of day.
Yeah,
Saying
Girl
nothing, I checked
Scout
the
when you're not a
peephole and peered
girl.
through the side window, only to see it was
I
not
mean,
a father with
no,
his girl as
no se
expected.
puede.
My heart dropped. Standing there was just a fully grown man, maybe in his late 50s, no box of cookies in sight,
Old person.
soaking on my doorstep.
In Spanish?
I can remember the gut-wrenching feeling of having to check the
abuelo.
locks while he was right on the other side. For sure, he heard this.
Una persona
The
vieja.
two locks
No.
were the only thing separating myself and brother
un
from
hombre
a potential
viejo.
monster. He
50
continued to
años.
knock and mention his cookies. As I considered calling the cops, that's when I remembered the blinds were open in my room where my brother was, with the light on. As I turn the corner into the doorway, I see the man carefully peering into our window,
Qué asco.
possibly eyeing my brother, distracted
Gafe.
in his book. My heart
Ew.
was pounding now as I began to panic. In a move that took all of my willpower,
Llama a la policía.
I quickly turned off the lights
911.
and ran over to the window to close the blinds. in full view of the man. As fast as I could, I double-checked all the locks in the house, closed all the blinds, and told my brother to go hang out in one of the big closets in the interior of the house, no windows. I didn't tell him what was going on so he wouldn't be frightened. And for some reason, I never did call the cops or my parents. I just waited in the hallway until he left. Still thinking about it gives me shivers that so many things could have just gone wrong that night. My worst fear since is a stranger getting to the unlocked door before I do. Open the door. Please.
Oh, that scared me.
This story happened a few years ago.
Why
I was
did
in my
that
early
scare me?
20s
That's
and was studying in
stupid.
Paris, France. I was going home from uni. I usually took a short bus ride and walked the rest of the way. That day, I felt slightly uncomfortable. I could sense some guy looking intensely at me. I was used to unpleasant, unsolicited gazes, but this time, his gaze felt beastly. It's hard to explain why, but I felt like a prey being stalked. I decided to get off the bus a few stops early. I wanted to avoid him and didn't want him to see where I usually go.
5 minutes done. How did you guys like my Spanish? My broken
Stop button,
Spanish.
and waited until the last moment to stand up and leave.
Excuse
I didn't
me.
notice him getting off the bus. Just as I was feeling the relief of having escaped an uncomfortable situation, I looked over my shoulder, and there he was, a few
Oh,
meters
it's
behind.
terrifying, bro.
I had the distressing feeling his eye had just looked away the moment I turned. I walked into a shop, took my
Have you
phone,
guys
and
ever
pretended
been
to be
followed by
taking a
somebody
call.
ever?
When I couldn't see him anymore,
I can't
exited
say I
and made
have,
my
but
way
I have
home as fast as I
pretty
could.
creepy
I kept looking back in the
situation
busy
that happened to
street.
me
I
once.
zigzagged, crossed the street at every cross. Finally,
With,
I believe
a
that
homeless
him
guy.
getting off at the same stop as me was
Homeless
just a
guy.
coincidence. When I reached my building, I looked back one last time, and there he was, his alarming gaze on me. Smirking.
Ascoso.
I ran up to my apartment, climbing the stairs 4 at a time. I reached the top floor, squeezed through my door, locked it, and froze. My intercom was ringing. Don't ask me why I picked it up. I regretted it the moment I did. I could hear the
Dumbass.
opposite, flat intercom ringing as well. He had pressed all the buttons one by one, hoping someone would open. But now, he knew my name. Gabrielle. Oh shit, I felt like a deer in the headlights. Frozen. Open the door. Please, said a pleading voice. I just want to talk to you. Somehow I
No.
couldn't move or speak.
No.
Come to the window, he added. Look at me. You'll see I'm not a bad guy. Something clicked. He wanted to locate my apartment in the building. I was not going to make that mistake. I hung up in shock. I waited by the door without moving for what seemed like hours. When I finally managed to calm myself, I called my long-distance boyfriend. Call the police, he said immediately.
What is he gonna do?
Didn't I call the police? I don't know. Today it would have been the first thing I would do. The fear of making a big deal out of something not important, perhaps. What an idiot I was. I called my best friend instead. I didn't want to feel alone. I told her all about it, and after a while I felt better. Safe. We started laughing. Suddenly the intercom rang again. 2 hours had passed since I'd come home. I answered. Gabrielle, said the voice. Open. Please. I still remember the chills I felt. He was still there. He was there all this time. I was silent, petrified. He was silent, but I could sense his trepidation.
What
Gabrielle,
the fuck is trepidation?
let me in. I'm so thirsty, he said. Just
Go
give
to
me a
your
glass of water."
house. Drink
This
water
broke
in
the
your
tension.
house.
I hung up, curled up in a corner, literally in recovery position, terrified. I waited. I was too scared to make a sound. I knew he couldn't hear me from the hall, but I was scared to even breathe. The intercom rang again and again. I didn't answer this time. I crouched at the sofa and fell asleep in exhaustion. I heard the intercom ring one more time in the middle of the night. I woke up in the morning afraid to leave my apartment. I called my dad, who came to pick me up. There was no one in the hall, but there was a note in my mailbox. Gabrielle, I'm a nice guy. You should have
Don't
opened
care.
to me. We immediately went to the nearest police station. The police listened and, of course, told me that I should not hesitate to call them. My dad called a locksmith to install a
Obviously,
code
what
on
the
the
fuck?
building door the same day and wrote a message to each of my neighbors asking to not open the door to anyone they didn't expect. He sat in the cafe in front of my building with 2 friends every evening for more than a week. We never saw the stalker again. After this episode, I
that's
used a different
creepy.
route to and from uni every day. I kept my phone tightly in my hand and looked back every few meters. Today, I am still observing of my surroundings. I never answer the door if I am not expecting someone. So, People, if you ever find yourself in any kind of uncomfortable situation, call the police. Don't be an idiot like me.
Bien
Be
dicho.
safe, everyone.
Yeah. Don't be dumb.
That's where your body will be within half an hour. I was raised in a fairly
Whoa.
strict but loving Christian household in a Bible Belt section
That's
of
creepy.
the States. My parents weren't at all unreasonable in their rules and were well-intentioned, but I broke a few along the way like most teenagers do. The summer before I started college, I began a relationship with a slightly older guy. I knew him from high school, and he was attending the college I would soon be at. Johnny was a catch. He was exceptionally handsome, had been on the football team, and was on a full academic scholarship. Funny, talented, and very personable. There was little to not like about him. We bonded over our teetotalism and love of pranking. The best part, he had his own apartment at the college, which was a 4-hour drive from my parents' house. I could easily sneak up there under the guise of visiting one of my other friends or spending the night at a local girlfriend's house. My parents didn't even know I had a boyfriend. Now, I just turned 18 and was enjoying my rebellious streak and newfound freedom, but I was still happily lived under my parents' guidance and rules for a large part. They always encouraged me to be a free thinker and to ultimately figure out my own morals and values, and I ended up much like them because they're
nice.
honestly that awesome. My mom wisely encouraged me not to just sleep with anyone, and it was something I actually held to quite strongly. So while I had no qualms having sleepovers with my boyfriend, I was intent of not having sex with him. He took it pretty well and seemed to respect my decision. One week, smack dab in the middle of summer, I had 3 days off in a row at work. I drive up to see Johnny was in order, and I began my travel early in the morning. He was excited to see me, and we had a great day. Nerf gun wars, reading Stephen King, making out. We went out for dinner and returned for a night of shenanigans,
Okay.
or so I thought. Upon entering his apartment, Johnny produced a box of condoms. He had tried this
Okay.
before, so I wasn't fazed and adamantly told him I wasn't happening. The events that unfolded following this seemingly unimportant interaction still haunt me to this day.
Uh-oh.
Johnny's smile disappeared and his eyes went cold. Hauntingly cold. I was sitting at his dining room table with my back against the wall. He was standing at the other end of the small table. You make me sick. I'm sick of you. You play me. All you do is play me. We were
Break up
serial
with me then.
pranksters and sarcastic
Damn.
in every sense of the word.
Or
While his
break up with
countenance
her.
made my skin crawl, I knew he was joking. I had known Johnny for years, after all. I've thought about this for a long time, and you're dead. I'm not doing this anymore.
You're
You make me
dead?
so sick. I hate you, and you're dead. He was unnervingly calm, and his voice betrayed a slight hint of anger I'd never heard before. I noticed him clenching his
That's
fist,
creepy.
popped out veins tracing up his arm. For the first time in our entire relationship, I felt unsafe with him. He held my gaze unblinking. His second-floor apartment was on campus. It was summer. I had seen nobody else in the building, no other cars in the parking lot. Even if I could get past him, which I couldn't, my two options were unlocking the balcony door and jumping, or racing 15 feet down the hallway to the dead-bolted front door, which opened inwardly, and getting down a flight of stairs. Either scenario led to an empty parking lot. I would have to get to my car or run into the woods nearby. While athletic, I had no chance against him physically. I focused on him. Half of me just knew he was kidding. He had to be. He would break into laughter any second now, and he would return to our beautiful day. He continued talking.
No.
I can't repeat what he said. It was too graphic and specific to our location to write out in a public forum. He detailed the SA he had in store for me. If I survived, I'd be strangled in the nearby woods that carted off and dumped at a secluded spot we had explored together. He motioned to some bags he had on his counter. That's where your body will be within an hour. I had enough. His plan was too well thought out to be impromptu. I'm small, but I'm stubborn and would fight to the death if I had to. I also have a wicked straight face when I need to. It was my turn to hold his gaze with all the ferocity I could muster. I stood up and said the first thing that came to mind. I'm still proud of the unflinching calm I presented. Inside, I was begging God not to let me die. You're real funny. I almost believed you for a second. Wouldn't you have worked anyways? Because what I was going to tell you before all that happened is my dad asked me to come home tonight. He needs help first thing in the morning with the garden for my mom's birthday because Kyle, my brother, hurt his back, and I told him I'd call him
My
as soon as I
brother.
was on the road within half an hour. It was a lie, and not a particularly good
Feels
one,
like
but
a
the delivery was
movie, like a
convincing.
movie
I
plot.
dangled my phone in his face and told him he could explain to my dad why I wasn't coming home tonight if he wanted me to stay. Johnny's mouth was agape as he stared at me. I was just kidding, he mumbled, fist still clenched.
Yeah.
See ya, I chirped, pushing past him. My gamble paid off. I grabbed my purse and shuffled down the hallway. I could feel his eyes burning through me in the electric energy in the room as I internally screamed at myself to move slowly. The deadbolt disengaged. I walked out and fought every urge to run down the stairs. I was too far from my car if he chased me to beat him, and I refused to give him the satisfaction of seeing me scared. I walked the entire length of the car park. I've always had a habit of parking as far out as possible.
I would
next to the
definitely
woods
be
he
dead
told
in
me
that
he would murder me.
situation.
I knew he was watching me the entire time. I could feel his eyes follow my
I would
every
be
movement.
dead.
As I drove out past his apartment, I saw his shadow in the balcony window. I waved. He
Or
stared.
he would.
I drove a few miles to the nearest Walmart. It was only 8 and the sun was just starting to set. People milled through the parking lot, blissfully unaware of what I'd just gone through. I collapsed onto my steering wheel and broke down, bawling my eyes out. Then I drove the 4 hours back home. Stupidly, I didn't know how to process what happened and banished it to the recesses of my mind. I spent the next few years avoiding Johnny. The few times I thought about it, I blamed myself for being so naive. I finally told my mom 4 years after the fact and was able to process through it. So, possible murderer, ex-boyfriend who thankfully now lives about 10,000 miles away from me, let's not meet again.
Oh my lord. BRB, take your time.
The scream that woke me up at 3 a.m.
Uh-oh.
It was Christmas time. My wife and I were staying at her childhood home where her mother now lived all alone. Well, not if you include the cats. Meow.
The
The
cats?
house was on a quiet cul-de-sac in the suburbs. If you're picturing
Why
freshly
was
mowed
he
lawns, American
meowing?
flags, and empty sidewalks, you're picturing it right. It's a single-story home with an attached garage out front. The garage has 2 doorways, apart from the electric garage, of course. One leads to the garden and backyard. This had an old doggy door from their days with old dear Max, Rip Max, that they covered with a piece of nailed-in wood. That had always made me slightly uncomfortable before, but I figured it had been that way for years, so what's the worst that could happen? The second door leads to the kitchen. Hollow core. It could stop a mouse, but not much else. Definitely not something that wanted in or someone. We were asleep in my wife's childhood bedroom at the front of the house. 3 a.m. I was in that deep, dark recess of sleep. You know, you're in the diving bell, and you're submerged hundreds of meters below the surface in black water, protected from the real world by miles of nothingness. Then I heard it.
What?
The scream. What are you doing? It was my mother-in-law's voice echoing down the hallway to me, lost in a sea of sleep. It sounded like a jet engine roaring past my eardrum. I bolted up. What happened next happened in a matter of seconds. But about that scream, even though I was dead asleep, I heard enough of it to sense an urgency behind it. This wasn't an, oh, you scared me type of scream. This was different, and I knew it. Not consciously, but my lizard brain, that piece we retained from our primitive ancestors, knew something was wrong.
What?
I watch and read a fair amount of true crime, and this scream awakened that horrible fear.
Me too.
The one that says, this can't really be happening to me, can it? Honestly, in that second of the night, it sounded like someone was about to be murdered. You ever wonder if you're a fight or flight type of individual? I always have, and I came to know something about myself after this night. I'm a fighter. I leaped out of my bed, growled. Yes, growled in the manliest voice I could muster. I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker, and took off running. I tore open the bedroom door and ran into the hallway. There, at the end, I saw my mother-in-law, nightgown on, look of utter shock on her face, standing still. We make eye contact as I continue towards her. Then she turns her head, looks directly into the kitchen. I hurry past her and round the corner into the kitchen. The hollow core door is obliterated, shards everywhere. I look through the open frame and see the electric garage door is open. I push ahead. As I run into the garage, I hear it. The sound of someone hopping into a running car just out of view, just as I make it onto the driveway. I see a car peeling out from the sidewalk adjacent to the house. But the adrenaline is still pumping, and who am I to say no to adrenaline? So like an idiot, I run, barefoot, after the car. I give a good go, but I'm no Michael Johnson, and even he couldn't catch a speeding car. It soon vanishes down the street, and I'm left all alone. The police showed up within 3 minutes,
Yo,
which I have to
thank
say
you.
makes me feel a lot more at ease with
I feel
my
like I could
mother-in-law
have done
living there.
better,
They
but
took our statements. My mother-in-law
yeah.
said she heard a voice. or noise and the hollow core door being kicked in, and walked into the kitchen where she encountered the burglar, a small framed woman. The police theorized she was
a woman,
working
okay.
as part of a team. Her job was to squeeze through the doggy door, kick in the hollow core, and open the electric garage door for her accomplice. According to the police, the burglars most likely thought nobody was home. Fortunately, my mother-in-law must have caught her
How
off
much
guard
that
and scared
happens
her,
too.
in addition to my manly growling, of course.
Oh
But
my
it
god,
feels good to
shut
know
up.
that everyone was safe, and to learn that, I guess I've got a little fight in me. And for the record, we bought the heaviest goddamn wooden door you've ever seen to replace that hollow core. I'd like to see a mouse try and get through that.
This wasn't that
I'm
bad.
the stalker?
I,
TV shows and movies usually depict abductors driving white or black vans. I didn't realize this until I decided to buy a white 1994 Dodge Ram cargo van to
I
haul
see.
some
Maybe
of the
he
gear I
was
needed
mistaken
for
for a
work.
stalker.
While driving it, I've been pulled over by cops and searched 3 times for no reason, but that is another story. The point is, some people see vans as
Boom!
suspicious.
I think we're done.
One day, while returning home, a woman pushing
It
a
is a
stroller
cheap,
stared at me for a long time while I drove along my home street. We
drawing,
have speed bumps,
so-
and I had a lot of expensive, delicate gear in the van, so I was driving very slow. She stared at me, wide-eyed the entire time, so I smiled at her, like a friendly neighbor
Oh,
does.
that
She was
was-
staring so intently, she
She
almost
was
walked the
the
stroller right off
scared.
the edge of the curb. I thought it was funny and almost forgot about it. A week later, our HOA email thread heats up when a resident sends out a notice that his wife and toddler were being stalked by a man in a white van. Fearing a pitchfork and torch mob mistaking me for the creeper, I replied to all, saying I live in the neighborhood
What
and
the
also
heck?
drive a white van. I even provided my license plate number and home address. Big mistake. Jokingly, I added that I also witnessed a suspicious person in the neighborhood. A woman with a stroller who was staring at me for so long and hard it made me uncomfortable. I provided
It
the
was
date
there.
and time of the incident
Ow.
to see if their alleged stalker was actually me. It was. Dude got triggered. He started sending email after email, CCing everyone on the list, telling me he can read between the lines of what I was saying. His accusations became more and more ludicrous and turned into personal attacks. Several neighbors on
What
the
if he's
email
actually a
list replied
stalker?
that he was behaving badly. The emails eventually stopped, but things got even weirder.
Chan,
On
I'm gonna
several
put on
occasions,
my
while out
pajamas
walking
real
my
quick.
dog, a 10-ish-year-old girl
While
would come up
I'm
out of
right
her house,
here.
run over to
I'm
me,
just gonna turn
awkwardly
off
chat
the
me up
camera.
about my dog, and give me strangely intimate details of her life. I wondered
Wow.
why this child was talking to strangers, but thought maybe she just knew me from the neighborhood, so I politely played along.
fuck?
Then one day, the girl shows up at my house. She said that she was angry because her dad wouldn't let her have a dog like mine, so she wanted to visit my dog for a while. I told her I needed to talk to her parents before I could ever let her visit
I have
my
my
home like
headset
this.
off. Hold on.
She said okay and left, and I never saw her anymore. I have 2 daughters, and one of their friends told me the girl who's chatting me up is the daughter of the triggered dude from the HOA email list. He'd been sending her out to talk to me and taking pictures. My daughter's friend was friends with this bait girl. The poor girl's dad was making his own daughter uncomfortable, which is why
okay,
she
I missed
confided
most of
in
it.
her friend. The dad was sending her daughter out to chat with me so he could accuse me of I don't know what.
Wait,
One
but
detail I
why?
forgot to
At
mention.
first it was like
I have dash cams
actual
in all
just
of my vehicles
fear
and
for his wife and
CCTV
daughter. Why
monitoring
is he
my
trying to
front door,
accuse
so
him now?
The initial incident with the wife as well as the girl coming to the door were recorded. I emailed the triggered dude and kindly offered him copies of the videos of each incident. I also told him I was concerned that his daughter was behaving inappropriately towards strangers. Apparently, this
What the
scuttled
fuck?
his plan, and as I never talked to him again.
What's wrong with people?
Creepy kid who tried to get my 5-year-old to walk off with him at the
Oh,
park
this
today.
happens very often as well.
Okay, this just happened today, and it really messed with me. I've been thinking about it all day long and all evening. I took my 5-year-old son and 3-month-old daughter to the playground today to meet a friend and her daughter. It's got regular playground equipment, a huge parking lot, and a big grassy area and trees surrounding the play area. On the other side of the trees is some sort of development thing they're working on. The area this school is in is pretty rural. It's just a bunch of twisty roads and random buildings. I've never thought about it or noticed this until today. We get to the park and meet up with my friend. Another mom that we know is there with her 2 girls too. The only other people there is a dad with a little girl and a boy that looked to be somewhere between 10 and 12. So the moms are all sitting, chatting, playing with my adorable daughter, having a good time. The kids are playing together, everything is good. Eventually, all the kids from our group kind of wander off through the playground doing their own thing. The seesaws are in a shady area. Next to them is a big stretch of grass. Then the trees with the semi-developed area behind that. My son wants to seesaw, but nobody wants to do it with him. I get up to go help him, and the 10-ish-year-old boy comes over and says, "Hi, do you want me to play with him?" Which was a little strange that he asked me.
I feel like
not
I
my
heard
son,
the
but
story.
I just said, "Sure, bud, go ahead."
Or watched
So he gets on
something
the other
like
side
it,
and starts
like it.
seesawing with him. His demeanor was so strange. He didn't smile. His voice was completely flat. He didn't say a word to my son. He just seesawed with him. My son was oblivious and chatting away at him. After a few minutes, I started walking back to my bench, and I hear the boy start talking with my son. Okay, so maybe he's shy around grown-ups. I sit down and start talking to my friends.
Yeah, no,
and
this
the dad
does
walks
sound
near
very
us to
familiar. It
probably
sounds
go up to
exactly
his
like
car,
something
and
I've
I
heard
say,
already.
"Hey, it was really sweet for your son to offer to play with mine," and smile at him. He looks at me and goes, "He's not my son. I don't know who he is." He walked over and asked if I wanted him to play
Bro.
with blank daughter's
It's
name,
like when
and then just kind of followed us around until you guys got here. He sort of laughed like, "Weird, right?" and shook his head. I got a very uneasy feeling in my stomach and looked over to the seesaws. They're gone. I jump up, hand my daughter to my
God.
friend, and run in that direction.
it's like when vagabonds, is that what they're called? It's like when those people that like not pirates. I forgot the word. But it's like those people that use women, like restless women that need help, and then just end up jumping you and stealing your stuff. That's basically what it sounds like to me. But it's more like they get kids, little kids, to do their dirty work. If you know what I mean. They just
Direction, yelling my son's
show them
name.
how to do it. It's
I see them
scary.
walking almost to the trees. The trees are not
'Cause you don't
close. I
think
guess
that a
the
little
football
kid would
fields
do
are
such
so
a
away
thing.
from the play area. I got this awful feeling and ran as fast as I could, yelling my son's name. He turned around and started trying to walk to me, and the little boy grabs his arm and tries to pull him towards the trees.
Oh my god.
He gets upset and starts saying, "Hey, let go of me." Now, usually this is not a quality about my son that brings me anything but trouble, but he does not like to be grabbed, pushed, or pulled, and he has ADHD, so when he gets frustrated, it usually comes out in aggressive ways. I was so thankful for this today. He starts punching the boy and headbutting him like a little crazy person. The boy lets go
Cute.
as I get to them and runs to the trees. My friends are finally realizing something is going on, so they're standing at the edge of the play area looking confused. My son is crying. I'm shaking. I don't know what the fuck just happened. I asked my son where he was going, and he said his friend wanted to take him to see Ryan from Ryan Toys Reviews. It's his favorite YouTube
Yep,
channel,
I
and he
did
talks
hear
about it
this.
nonstop. He told the boy about Ryan, and apparently the boy told him that he knew where Ryan lived, and did my son want to go visit and play? So of course my son said yes. I don't know what the intention was. It was a kid. I don't understand why he would lie to my son, why he wanted him to go into the woods.
Yeah,
why he
it sounds
was
like
so
something
weird. Maybe it
like
was
older people
innocent,
would be
but
like,
I
"Hey,
just
you
don't
go
think
to
it
that
was.
kid, tell him
Edit.
that you're gonna
Just
show
so
him
everyone
where
knows, I did call the police and
Ryan
reported
is
this
and
morning.
blah,
I don't know
blah,
how
blah,
much
blah,
good
blah.
it did. They listened and asked me questions, but they didn't want me to come make a formal statement or anything. I'm going to call the school tomorrow, too.
That's creepy."
Beware of small towns in Florida. This is a
Chat,
long
I
time ago.
might end here. We've already been streaming for 2 hours and I'm a little bit tired. As you can see, guys, I didn't make the schedule just yet because I am gonna get the Toothless cosplay this week. We can do this. We can open the package on stream. Right? We can open the package whenever I get it on stream, and then we can schedule for next week, because I know for sure that it's gonna be here this week. If not this week, then I'll just update you guys, because I am super excited about it, honestly. But yeah, I'll just let you know that I do have the package. I will be opening it on stream because I got a bunch of cute stuff mostly for aesthetic. I got a little flower plushie, and I got a chair cover because my chair is like old. But yeah, I also got like some plushies. I got a capybara plushie that you can put around your wrist. Though I'm not gonna be putting it on my wrist. I'm gonna be putting it on my mic as like a decoration thingy. I also got like a little snake buddy plushies. I'll show you guys. I won't say anything more. I'll just show you guys when it's here. And just the toothless cosplay. But yeah, we can definitely show it on stream if you guys are interested in that. You can open the package on stream. Would that be good for you guys? Would you guys want to see that? Also, Chinny at DC is live right now. Alive. Joe is also live. Mayo is also live. Who else is live? I am super tired, so I'm probably gonna go sleep right now. Oh, Yuma's live! I haven't read Yuma in a while. Ooh, Leanda's also live. Would she be a big streamer? She recently got promoted to V Shoujo. Promoted. But yeah. I can read Yuma. I would rather read Yuma. Yuma. How long? Okay. Just in case. But yeah. I thought Yuma was in just chatting. But yeah. Once I get the package, we can open it on stream and then maybe do some games. I will try and do like a mini schedule right now after I end the stream. And yeah, I'll post it on my Discord if any of you are not in my Discord, do join the Discord. Oh my god, I cannot see! There. So if you're interested, join my Discord. Noth, bye. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you, Noth. I appreciate it. Also, you just came as I was talking about how if I get a package, which has the Toothless cosplay for the 500 followers, I'm definitely gonna be doing an opening like stream, or I'm gonna open it at the start of a stream. I thought I would be getting it back just in time for the end. Good stream. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Shmi. Although it was a bit boring because I am tired. My throat is playing games, and yeah, I'm a little bit tired. I did change my clothes. I just put pajamas in the middle of the stream. Toothless, yes! Oh my god, I'm so excited for it. It's still away. It's still far away, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna get it within this week. That's why I was like, oh, maybe I'm just gonna make what's it called? A schedule regardless, because that helps me organize my stuff. And instead of just being like, oh, maybe I'll stream today, maybe I won't stream today, you know? When I have a specific day that I'm gonna be streaming something, I do it, you know? Especially now that I don't have sudden collabs. And if I do, I'll just let you know like I always do. Oh, and hope throat feels better too. Thank you. I'm probably gonna go make me some hot cocoa right now, just to soothe, and because I'm also feeling a bit cold. But yeah, if I get the package today, we're gonna do an opening stream because I got a bunch of cute stuff that I want to show you guys as well, and the Toothless cosplay. And then we'll schedule it for a day where everybody's available to see the glorious, magical Toothless cosplay. Woohoo! Which I hope it goes well because I will have to show my head. I will have to show my head to show the rest of the cosplay. And I'm really nervous about that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, we're gonna be rating Yuma, our beloved shared wife. Runai's shared beloved wife. But yeah, let's see. Did I miss to say anything? Did I miss anything? What did I want to bring up again? Let's see. Yeah, okay, we can do more right now, and I'll be making a schedule. But for now, I shall say bye-bye. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for just joining me, even though it was a short, chill stream there. No, I don't have much energy, but I am very motivated to do a bunch of things in the future. Copy the raid message, everybody, and we'll go to Yuma's stream. Send so much love to Yuma, because Yuma really does deserve it. But yeah, I hope to see y'all there. Let's go raid Yuma. Hold on, let me just... I'm gonna try to stream a lot more now from now on, since I've finished with finals and everything else. But yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for watching me draw mediocre art. And it will be it for today. Good night, everybody. Good night. Good night, everyone. Good night.